My name is Chris Cook. Our business is NVMS Inc. Stands for National Vendor Management Services. We provide feet on the street all over the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, Guam for banks, mortgage companies, insurance companies. And we have investor groups that we do stuff for. So we have 4 or 5 different books of business, but it basically boils down to having local presence, being able to do stuff locally anywhere in the U.S. for national companies typically. We do stuff for when a mortgage company or would foreclose on a property. We'll go out, change the locks, trash out the houses, clean them up, do a maid service on them, get them prepped to go back on the market, maintain the lawns. So it's basically what they call property preservation. We do stuff for insurance companies, so when somebody gets a new homeowners insurance policy, we go out, verify the information they get, basically the size, the condition of the property, whether or not it has a pool or trampoline, things that could cause insurance company a claim, that kind of stuff. When a business wants to accept credit cards, we have clients that they do all the financial background check on a particular business, but then they send us out to do the physical inspection. So if it's supposed to be a shoe store, we go out and verify that they have signage and inventory and that kind of stuff. Verify it appears to be a legitimate business. We have, like I said, investor groups that buy non-performing loans, and they buy them sight unseen for 20, 30 cents on the dollar. We send our guys out to do a condition report on the property, send that back to them. They get photos and what kind of condition the asset is in. At that point, they determine if they're going to spend any money on it to fix it up and then resell it, if they're just going to sell it as is. And then once they determine what they're going to do with it, once they're ready to sell it, they'll place orders with us, and we print custom signs for them that have specific information on it about the particular property, like what they're selling it for, how much down, if they're renting it, who to contact, and then our guys go out, place the signs. And then for some of them, we do the same thing with the property preservation. Maintain the property, do inspections on it, make sure it's in good condition, make sure the lawn's mowed, driveways are plowed. We moved in here in January of 2014, so a little over 3 years ago. With all the different inspections and stuff that we did probably 10 years ago, did an inspection on a little architectural firm that was based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I just happened to come across it back then and saw that they had done these little cubes. Instead of cubes, these little houses, they had a smaller, it's like 1,600 square feet. Thought that was a pretty cool idea if we ever did anything. And then probably 7 years ago, just as it looked like business was growing and that we may eventually buy something, I went to a general contractor, who was the one that actually ended up doing both the aquatic center and the building here, and had him come up with an imaginary 16,000 square foot building with these little houses in it, and then kind of a little bit of a downtown area, and had them give me a price for something like that, and then also give me a price for the same building that would just be basically some offices, conference rooms, and then an area where we'd have a cube farm. And cubes are expensive, so it ended up being about 2.5 times more expensive to do this than a cube farm. So I thought that really wasn't that bad. If it was going to be 5 times the cost or something, then be like, okay, we'll forget it. But 2.5 times to have a really unique work environment for the staff, I thought that really wasn't that outrageous. So back in 2011, this building became available. It was in the process of almost being foreclosed on. So we jumped in and we were able to work out a deal, and we just kind of started with the project. It left a lot of flexibility in it. The contractor was phenomenal, because most commercial contractors want to know exactly what are we doing, when are we doing it, what the materials are. This contractor understood the idea of, hey, we kind of really need to get building it and then kind of see what's available and what we can do and where we are budget wise. So they were super flexible, and even a lot of the subcontractors really got into the project, because they're normally commercial subcontractors, they deal with drywall, paint, carpet. That's it. This was a much different project, so a lot of them really get involved in ideas of what we do for siding, how can we do the roofs, and all that kind of stuff. So everybody really kind of got excited about the project, and it just kind of went from there. So like I said, we started in closing the building in August of 2012, and then we started working on this side of the building probably early 2013, and then moved in a little over a year later in January 2014, and then just been kind of evolving since then. As we have time and somebody finds something at a yard sale or whatever, we just kind of keep building off of that. I mean, obviously the diner's kind of cool inside. I do kind of like the bakery and the Swiss chalet kind of look. They all kind of a little unique. There are always like little things. If I had to do it again, there'd be little things that I'd do differently. But it's kind of once we, once you kind of finish a thing, you kind of look at it, you really kind of you like it. But nothing in particular. I kind of like all of them, but no one in particular stands out. We were this business started in my basement, and then we moved to offices that were in the City of Manassas. We grew out of those, and then we moved into bigger office space in the City of Manassas. And we did look at one other building that was in Prince William County, but at that time, most of the staff, the City of Manassas was convenient for most of the staff, so we weren't going to go far. And this building became available, which was in the outskirts of the City of Manassas. So we just decided to stick within the City of Manassas limits, and this building seemed to fit what we needed. It's been great. I mean, it's a nice little location. It's it's convenient off 234 bypass. So if you, on those rare occasions when you have to head into DC or up north, it's not that. It's pretty convenient getting in and off highways and that kind of stuff. Pretty convenient for everybody that people live, out in Warrenton, people live in Fairfax, people out in Woodbridge, Reston. So it's a pretty convenient place to get to.